Okay. Crap. There we go. All lined up, all ready to go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Just wanted to remind everybody that art is cool. it's pretty fun. I really like it. It's neat. Art, wouldn't you? Wouldn't I think I speak for everybody when I say art is pretty cool. Somewhere there's somebody named Art walking by, hearing this out of somebody's headphone, or what do they call it, bubble talk, I guess. He just broke his neck while walking on the way to work. Still trying to draw a sky in the background for this one here. That way I can add what I need to add. If anybody has any questions, just, hey, Pastor, how you doing? Guess where I am? I'm back home with my cat. I am back home. After last night, I decided I can't and I won't. So I decided to run on home, Forrest. Which I did. Yep. Feeling better now, anyways, yes. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I just gotta go over there and get the rest of my stuff, and I'm out. And I'm back in the garage, which I am very, very, very happy to be back. And my kitty cat is out here with me, of course, and me and her just had like this intense like moment a little bit ago, and she was like looking me in the eyes and stuff, and just locking eyeballs with me, and it was quite the moment, Pastor, I tell you. And I don't ever want to leave my cat again. So, anyhow. I'm surprised it let you post that, Sebastian. That's quite. I'm proud of you. I am proud of you, my friend. Well, I'm proud of Sebastian. Yep, little Latin do. Damn. From Sebastian. Yeah. Hey, if the world is ending, then we're all gonna watch it end together. How about them? I don't care what you smell like. I have to admit, I do. If you smell like shit, I'm not gonna let you in the car. Let's just say that. But everything else, hey, let's just rock and roll, baby. Silly, stupid me. Let's add a little eyeball right there. Let's turn that back. Turn that back on itself. You see, I forgot about this drawing. Doesn't make any sense to me now. Except when it's upside down, maybe inside out. What? No? What? Well, I'm here to tell you what I really think about it. And what I really seem to think about it is that I like saying it. I like rolling my R's sometimes. And I don't know why exactly, but at the end of the day, Perhaps it saves a little bit of time. And really, at the end of life, isn't it about time? Yeah, but it's about making art all the time, feverishly, like an owl looking for prey, with the sight of a gifted, majestic magi with wings. Horned owls are freaking cool. Barn owls are cool too. I mean, owls are cool in general, I guess. Really. And then there were 12. They rolled in by the numbers. They rolled in with the rats. They rolled in with the dogs, and they came in with the cats. But what did you bring for dinner? Said the lumpy old man. Well, said he, you're gonna have to look in my satchel to see. And the rest is history. So maybe I'll just draw an eyeball right there. Peering right back at y'all. Sebastian, I like the way you think, mate. I like the way you think. Oops, got it. Look, about to do a crew change. Okay, Pastor, you be careful out there now. If you're gonna do a crew change, you might as well do it with some spare change. Alright, so if you need something, just let me know. I got my pockets full of change. Kind of weighing me down. I was planning on going for a swim. Perhaps the last swim of my life. You know, in the river of death. Just down the street from where I live. On Drexel Drive. It doesn't mean anything to anybody. I don't know why I laugh like that. I laughed like it was some kind of funny thing, but it's only funny to me and like 3 other people in the world, and two of them are dead. I have to laugh, otherwise I'll just start crying. Sebastian. Isn't that from isn't the name Sebastian? Isn't that the name from Neverending Story? Sebastian. The way they scream it too, it's like really heart-wrenching. I have vivid memories of that movie as a kid, to where nowadays I'm not sure if I was dreaming or if it was really reality that I was living. Well, that movie came out when I was about 2 or 3 years old, so you know. Sometimes you're born with it, and sometimes it's Maybelline, right? Most of the time it's Maybelline. Who the hell is Maybelline, you might say? I wouldn't ask. I'm not going to kick the donkey that breaks down the door for me. I'm not going to ask questions of the genie. I'm just going to ask for me wishes. Not in question form. This isn't Jeopardy. Although it is live. After all. Hello, Rizla. Al Capone. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. Or is that AI Capone? You guys, you're like really. I don't know. I like the comments. You're making me feel good. You're making me the bottom of my feet tingle. As if I was in the electric chair. What? I've been in it twice. And I was exonerated 3 times. You do the math. Well, Rizzler, I like how you think. Sebastian, you write beautiful words. Hello there. It's funny because I always want to say hello to you, but you always say it first. It's just how it works sometimes in this universe. You ever switch over to the other one and play the other role just for a little bit, and then, like, you know, turn that phone upside down and come back, and then everything's just not the same as it was just 2 seconds ago in the other realm, and things are just kind of still like the opposite over here. And I think reality is the sense that everything is stagnant and monotone and just bland and eternally and ethereally empty, void of life and passion and color and, well, light, really. But in the end, you know, I mean, I think that's what art art and artists do for the people that are willing to turn themselves off in order to join the machine. The machine in this crazy ass reality that we live in, so-called reality. It's fun to jump back and forth. To follow your dreams doesn't mean to follow the dreams in this world. It means to follow your dream worlds. Jump back and forth. Oh, hello there. Hello, Savage. You are safe again. Yes, you are. You are very safe. Says, look, Rizla, can't see anything. It's too small. Well, I didn't want to go so close because, you know, I didn't want to, like, force it on you. You what? Just ask. Maybe I'll try to get a little bit closer for you. It's really hard to do this, but I'm telling you, it'll be worth it. You'll think later. Hold on, Jarkor, you might want to hold your ears. Just hold your ears, Jarkor. Please, Jarkor, not you. Just hold your ears, Jarkor. Okay, here we go. Didn't mean to make all that racket. It's not my style. Every once in a while, just something comes over me. And sometimes it's fun to let it. That's why I don't drink alcohol anymore, friends. Tried to jump off too many bridges. Thought I could bloody fly. And there was this one time I did, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say anything about that because that might encourage people to fly. Anyways, what's everybody doing tonight? You want to come over and drink some tea? Do Australians drink tea, or is it just Beelzebub's brew? Asking for a friend. Several of them. They're in my backyard right now. Here we go. Let's see. I can't keep up with the comments. This is insane. Let's see. This is so dope. That's very true. You see, in the hood that I am from, it's either dope or die. And I would rather, I know this sounds really strange in this world of just say no to this or that, but with a slogan like, you know, just dope or die, when you're out there on the street, such as I am most of the time in my hood, I have to go out there and represent the dope or die image and that lifestyle. Essentially, dope or die means, you know, you got to be dope or you're going to die about it, and then you're going to encourage other people to be dope. And it has a really negative connotation to it because it sounds like, you know, to encourage people to do some kind of dopey drugs or something like that, or be a dope about stuff and just be kind of dumb about stuff, when that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm using dope in the way that, you know, one second. One second. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Ooh, yeah. Hold on. 1 second. One more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm good. So that's why I just gotta it's either dope or die. Like, hey, that's dope. You know what I mean? Like the saying, like, hey, that's really cool. And that's all I meant. That's all I should have just said from the beginning. And now I'm just out of breath. I feel 5 years older. I feel very brittle. And not in a good way. If that doesn't make any sense, just write me a letter. My address is in the description as usual. Well, Terry. I know, Terry, you gotta take it is kind of funny. You see, once you give in to something, once you give yourself over to a passion, something that makes you feel like eternal, you know, you understand how people could want to or even need to give themselves over to something maybe bigger than themselves, you know. I don't ever judge people on what they believe. If anything, I just, and I try not to judge at all, but you know, I'm human, so I would only judge people on their actions, you know, and how they treat others. Because you can believe whatever you want to believe, but if that makes you hurt people, then you're no good in my book. And if there's a God that makes you want to go out and hurt people, then ain't no God that I ever want to follow or would follow. I think my gods are a little more sophisticated than that. Because they are legion. That's pretty much about as religious as I'll ever get on my channel anymore. Because there's no point in ever like putting your foot down or trying to put your thumb or fingerprint on something and think you know anything about anything at all. There's no point. There's no point in knowing anything, especially right away. I have this thing too, where if I start the day and people are like, how's your day going? I'm like, well, it can always get worse. Or I say, I save my complaints for the end of the day because it can always get worse. That's kind of like life, you know? I try to enjoy the ride. Obviously, it's hard to be a human. And you get angry, you fail, fall off the happy bus, jump on the depressing ship, headed for nowhere, fast, full speed ahead. Is it full speed ahead or full steam ahead? I feel like full steam ahead is like outdated. Because now all cruise ships are nuclear, right? They're all like nuclear because they carry like warheads and stuff, pretty sure. If not, they, oh shit, I'm drawing off the page. Oh, I could read some of these comments, I'm sorry. Sebastian, this one it's kind of one that I mean, it's really hard to say how long these take. I would say 30 hours so far, maybe, I don't know. Just, I kind of casually draw on these. This is one that I was casually working on a little while back, and I only work on it when I'm live. So, judging by the size, I would say like 30 hours maybe. But I kind of, when I talk, I tend to stop drawing a lot. Like a little dork. Would anybody like some crumpets and tea? Savage, you gotta take it easy. Oh wait, AI Capone is saying that. What's happening with what's going on there? Are you guys okay? Oh, AI Capone is like proposing and stuff. It's kind of adorable. You guys just be careful out there. Be responsible. It's the end of the world. Doesn't mean you have to be, well, silly about it. You can be whatever you want to be, but don't be silly. Oh. As long as it's the end of the world, don't be silly anymore. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry. Well, Sebastian, I try to be good at the things I love. I love doing anyways. And I'm only good at two things. Chewing bubble gum and making art. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, something like that. You know, my inspiration comes from bubble gum and chewing chewing gum and making love to art. Making art about love. You know what I'm getting at. Golly gosh darn dang. Sorry for the language, but come on, I sound like a dork. And I 100% am trying to sound actually accurately kind of cool. But I sound like a big knobhead. And I do apologize. Pastor, come. Was he? Things getting weird. Were things getting weird? I tell you. Well, I'm not the best at anything anymore. I forgot to lock the door behind me when I went to the restaurant. I forgot to turn the oven on. I forgot to flush the shit down the toilet. And now everybody knows what I ate last night for dinner. Yeah, America. I know it goes red, white, and blue. Honey, don't look so funny when I take a dump around you, America. Yeah, red, white, and blue. Watch me flush this shit right down the toilet for you. Something like that. I am a patriot as well. Google Operation Northwoods. That's a real humdinger. Operation Northwood. See if it doesn't remind you of anything. Our government. Funny, this just keeps cracking me up too, because it's not that I'm like happy with what's going on by any means, but when you've seen something coming like for decades, or not even decades, you know, but I mean, it has been slowly getting to this point for decades, and it certainly isn't the people that people keep blaming for in these ways, but in general ways, in society, whatever. But anyways, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. Gotta talk about what's inside the box. Oh, America. I've been practicing how to go like really deep, man. Like really, really deep. That way when I'm like tripping, I can do this. Have you ever tried to do that in front of people when you're doing it? No. No? Okay, I wouldn't dream of it. Oh yeah, okay. What do we do? Thank you, Savage. You baked some chicken. Are you going to share? Do you like to bake? Oh, I did. Okay, I'm making sure that my monitor is working. Do I like to bake? You know, I used to do it for a living. I used to when I was. I'll tell you a funny story. When I was like 30, when I moved to Boise, Idaho. I moved there from Portland, and I was just a drunken ass. And I was really into drinking whiskey back then. And I worked at a bakery where I worked a graveyard shift, so I would go in around 8 or 9 at night and be there until like, 4 if it was like a slow night, or 3 or whatever. But if it was busy, if you had a lot of batches or whatever, you were there for until like 5 or 6 sometimes, And there were times when I would just have whiskey on me and I'd just be drinking right on the job like an idiot, man. Because I was just so broken when I went over there. I moved out to Boise because this girl, like, uh, yeah, she dumped me, and it just kind of, my whole world view was just all messed up at the time, and I just didn't give a crap about anything. And plus, alcohol in me was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I wasn't not the same person, you know, that I was when I drank. That's for sure. But um, but yeah, I used to just like ruin entire batches of scones and waste all of this material, and then I would go out to the dumpster and like, you know, pull out a bunch of bags and throw it in, and then like cover it up with the bags again. And then go in there and try to bake a bunch off again that I met because I forgot to like put the butter in or something, like, because I was like wasted. I'd be like just drunk baking and stuff. And looking back, I feel bad. But it's weird when you're like that, because I justified it a lot because I felt like I was mistreated by the manager. And so like when that kind of stuff happened, I'd just be like, well, fuck it, like whatever. And it's just, I was such a, just alcohol was just a really bad thing for me because it just turned that switch off that gave a shit about anything. And that's, for me, that's really, really dangerous because I was a firecracker when I drank. So I envy my friends who could just have like one beer, 2 beers, or even, I always say like my buddy Luke even could just, or you know, you don't even know Luke. It doesn't matter who, but I have friends who just drink tons of beer and they're fine all night and they're giddy and lovable and happy, and they don't want to like punch walls or like, you know, like hit your heads through windows or anything like that. And they probably never met somebody like me who was just super super duper self-destructive when I drank, where I would try to throw myself off of buildings and bridges and into cars and through windows and hit my head on things, like run and hit fucking what are they called, the meters, the parking meters. I remember in Boise I did that. I just ran in the middle of all these people. I was just really drunk and I just ran straight forward and hit the fucking parking meter with my head, and I just started bleeding from my head. And I went to a bar and I was just bleeding everywhere and stuff and playing pool. Yeah, I'm not proud of that. It's just definitely something I had to get out of my system, and also something I had to put an end to before it ended me. And I haven't had a drink since October 6th, 2011. That's a long time. But yeah, I like baking. I think that I could get back into it, or that I would be good at it now because I have patience now. And back then, I wasn't a good employee. I was obviously in a bad headspace because I was like drinking on the job and stuff. I was very, very bad. It's strange to be so concerned about things and have such a good instinct for consequences and what's right and wrong. And still, when it comes to addiction, I would just bend rules in my head, or like, you know, do mental gymnastics to justify doing or using drugs and stuff on the job, like a lot. And it's not even that I was like just like this hardcore user, even, but it was just that, I mean, maybe with alcohol in a way I was, but like with other things, it's always just that I want to be or feel something else rather than that. I was talking about the mundane earlier, you know, the daily, the people that come in that are just still plugged into the matrix, and they're just, they treat you, because I work customer service again, you know, and there's people that just treat you obviously just very, very terrible for absolutely no reason. And lately I've been able to kind of turn those people around and put a mirror in front of them in a way, and even make them smile and human. They realize they're freaking human, or they're talking to a human again. That way, hopefully, they go to the next person with a little bit more compassion, empathy, whatever. But that's how I think things begin too, and how like little mini revolutions can start with just a little teeny patience and an act of kindness, and remembering where you come from and remembering who you are, and don't be led by monsters. Don't just always think, and just always think for yourself, you know, and be who you always wanted to be when you were a youngster, like who you dreamt you would always be, you know. Step up to your own plate and realize your potential, essentially. It's a wonderful day when that happens, and those come and go. You know, some days you'll falter and you'll slip off the old skate deck, and your skateboard will flip up and hit you in the crotch, and you'll go screaming, squealing to the clouds. The clouds will look back down, and the clouds will just shit on you. They'll just pour a bunch of rain on you, and they're not gonna care. They might say you sang well, but then they're just gonna dump on you. But it's important to realize that you have power over the dump. And you can dance in the rain, or you can dance in the shit. I have that bumper sticker if anybody wants it. Savage, you always know what to say. So as many of you know, I recently moved into a little motor home thing, right? You see the moon? Luna? It's probably the same moon that other moon man wanted. I'm back in my garage, by the way. I'm back home. I'm back with my kitty, Abigail. She's out here prowling around. I gotta go get the rest of my stuff from that place. And oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I'm just happy to be back. What state do I live in? Well, I live quite constantly, Savage. I live quite constantly in the state of confusion, of course. You know, right? Right? It's here that I glow. It's here that I glow in the dark. Kind of like in that Vanilla Ice song. Come on, rock a mic, that handle, rocking the mic, that bambo, and crambo, bambo. He's so cool. Actually, when I was a kid, I had that tape, and I had MC Hammer. And around the same time, The Simpsons had like a cassette, and it was The Simpsons Sing the Blues, and I had that one too. I forced my mom to buy it for me at a Target in Chico, California. And this was probably in 1991. I still remember it. I still remember the smell of the store. And I remember what aisle it was in. It was in aisle 8 on the far back west side of the store, because I was running towards it. I remember this quite well. You can't tell me any different. Maybe it was east. I don't remember. I don't remember the details. But I'm happy to be back. Boy, my moon arm's tired. Luna, do you remember the bases? That felt like so very long ago, when the bases had no patrol officers and we were left to fend for ourselves. Do you remember? Luna, if that is your name. Pretty sure it is. The moon was made for you and you for the moon, right? Luna. There we go. I added that last one for you. She's my moon sister, moon sister, moon sister, moon sister. Here goes. Here on the moon, it's quite lonely every day. I can't see the earth, but I can smell the sun. It's only 20 million miles away. I can see the sun. It's coming down over the horizon. wolves crying. Oh shit, and shit. 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 Right after you. Shit. Oh, that's kind of nice. You. Kind of messed it up at that. I kind of messed it up there at the end, and honestly, I don't know why I was singing like that. Nor do I know why this accent just came back out of nowhere. I was trying not to talk with an accent. I was trying to not speak with an accent, but I would stick. I might as well not. I might as well. I might shoot. I might as well not even speak, because every time I try to talk, the stupid new accent comes out, and I can't keep up anymore, folks. It makes my brain boil. Have you ever stop? No. I'm not. We're not going there. We're not doing the brain boiling song. That's for my Patreons. And the link for that is in the description as usual. And now we're just drawing. Now everybody's gonna keep quiet, right? Now everybody's gonna keep it shut. I know it does, right? But Luna, lichen is almost moon-like. Moon-like is like a lichen. And a lichen is a wolf that howls at the moon and becomes a man, and vice versa. And that's why they call me Vicey Versi. I don't know where that came from. And now I feel kind of embarrassed. But I'm proud. I'm very proud. Y'all make me so goddamn happy. It's true. I'm not gonna hide it anymore. It's been so long since I've seen another human being that I don't even know what they look like. It's been 23,124,346 days since I've seen a human. That's moon years, of course. Moon days, I mean. Which is actually only 6 hours in the Earth time. So, I mean, it hasn't been that long in Earth time, to be honest. You know they would never lie to you. There we are. And now each one of those needs a dot. Do you ever say the word dot? If not, you should. You definitely should. Here we go. And now we're just creeping out. We're creeping out into the abyss. It's abysmal. We might as well ride the wave. I was going to say Rottweiler. Ride the Rottweiler, riding the wave. Do they have rolling rock, what? Shoot! Can't even speak. I lost it. I had something and then I lost it. Lo siento, folks. Lo siento. You know what I'm looking for here, though? Something quite like this. There we go. Just gonna connect that bugger. Quite like that. Boom. Now I've got to do this slimy little lucky right there. Right? Gotta feed the tube. There we go. Now we're gonna climb underneath there and finish that off. Just to cap it. Give it 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Beautiful. Now, there. Good God, I'm annoying. I can't even once I realize what I'm doing, that I'm actually saying this shit out loud, I realize that I'm just so freaking annoying. And I'm sorry, everybody. I do apologize. It's it is just interesting because those are just the things that are happening in my head anyways. There's all these weird little voices and conversations, and I'm sure everybody has their own their inner space. It's a very crowded house inside of here. Oh, there it is? An eclipse? You gotta be kidding me. That'd be cool. If I could see it and nobody else. That way I could make a wish and hopefully it would come true. And did I say that out loud? Damn it, I did. I hope everybody gets to see it and make their own wish. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Oh, that'd be cool. Eclipses are insane. It's just crazy that the moon is just that big that it could even like cover the sun and stuff, you know? I know it's probably not that kind of an eclipse, but, or is it? What is covering the? Is it a space saucer or something covering the moon? How is it getting eclipsed? Is there like a big rock that we don't know about gonna come in between the moon and us? What's going on? What happened to the? Okay, sorry everybody. Oh, blood moon. Cool. Oh yeah, the blood moon. So it's the shadow of the earth? Is that what it is? That'd be cool if it was, and I was right, because otherwise I probably just sounded like a total idiot. I don't think I'm right about that. I just remember a friend of mine moved in when I lived in Portland. We had this little get together one night because my friend moved in with like one of my buddies, and it was the first night they were living together. And my friend Erin, she got like really drunk, and she and my friend Luke was outside looking at the blood moon, laying down on the sidewalk, and she was out there just being kind of loud and obnoxious, and she didn't notice that he was on the ground, and she backed up and just stepped on my friend's face, like just stepped right on his face right as he was looking up at the moon. And I just felt so bad for Luke because he's such a, you know, he was trying not to be, because that was like the beginning of them living together, and she just got really hammered, and that was, and she would just continue to, she had a drinking problem kind of like I did, and which was kind of scary at times, but she stepped right on Luke's poor little face as he was looking at the moon. Just sucks to even think about, but it's kind of comical too. I don't know, you know how it is. Hey Mallory, how you doing? Funny you should come along. You know, that's really bizarre. I mean, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that you're here and we're here and everybody's here and there's, you know, obviously some. Mallory came. She said hi. Next one is gonna cost you. No, seriously, it's called "It's Gonna Cost You." It was written by an old man named Blake William Ship. All right, he got on the wrong ship and they called it Blake, but he went down with the lake anyways. Down below the waves. Here we go. Well, this old man was a fisherman. He come on down. Got nothing and all standing, everyone coming home. The day they come home. There's water coming in, my friend, everybody's gonna die, gonna come back home. Look at the down below, where the mermen eat the dead. That too was a song written by Blake Williamship, and they're going on tour next summer. If anybody wants to check it out, they're going out with Mallory King and the Kinganites. So I just thought you might want to know that. It has nothing to do with the Mallory that just logged in and said hello. That just reminded me of it, actually. Yeah, just a coincidence. But as we all know, there's no such thing as coincidence. So that's what you would call something synchronicical. Synchronicious. And one thing, if I know anything that means one thing, I know two things that mean something. So you might want to stick around. At the end of the hour, we're going to be talking about why the tour exists and what's going on with that smell coming out the bottom of the cellar. All right, this next one's called the cellar smell. What the hell is that smell? What the hell is that smell? Coming from the cellar, daddy, mama, bang out hell. What's that smell? Coming out of well, what a taste, yeah. Still working on that one. Yeah, still working on that one, friends. Just try not to take it too literal. It doesn't mean that every smell you smell is going to be such a funky situation. So, just so you know, it's usually things that rot usually do smell like death, and most of the time it's not like murder or something like that, even though it could be. So just always cover your bases, and dot your I's and cross your T's. Mallory, you know, I tried really hard. Even though I started writing that song back in 1976, I feel like I somehow was meant to have sung it horribly right then and there, in the horrible fashion that I did. Well, that's right. That wasn't me farting, that was the chair farting, just so you know. And it smelled like leather. It smelled like plastic leather boots, just so you know. I am not competing with the farts from the chair, just so you know. Luna, you have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry I'm such a dork. I'm really tired, and I'm really just happy to be back home and with my cat. I miss my cat so goddamn much. And she's just out here with me right now, and I'm just like so happy. So I'm being really silly. Fine art. Good night, Luna. You be careful out there. I shall not be a teacher of the arts, my friend. The arts shall be a teacher of me, for me, to me, whatever. I mean, you missed my speech earlier about this very thing. where I said, "You don't want none of this, man. You don't want to know. It'll just get you heartache and pain." Some people are like, "Bring it on." To which I reply, "You first, dude." Now that's a horrible thing to say. I haven't given up. I've just given in. Or giving in, or giving out, like a tendon, like a hamstring sock, living like a vigilante outlaw cowboy on the run again. From longhorn hunters in the Amazon, building up structures like a pyramid, throwing down rainbows and applesauce at me and my friends as we climb it. I'm gonna run. Oh, I think I was onto something there. You're still here. There's a mosquito out here too. It's trying to kill me. Heard that song and it was like, "You shall not pass." You ever think about that? Like what a mosquito's thinking? It's thinking it's being all something like small or some seemingly insignificant. Yet a mosquito it's seemingly insignificant or whatever. But then if it was in the car and it's biting your neck as you're driving, and you go to swat it and you lose control of like the wheel and you swerve into the other lane and oncoming traffic and you go off a bridge and it changes the course of destiny and like you kill some kind of person. Maybe that person was like a young Adolf Hitler, but maybe it was the young Adolf Hitler that cured cancer. You don't even know, and then you wouldn't know, but you would have accidentally altered the course of all of time and doomed all of humanity. So just think twice before you're crossing the bridge. That's all. Just be careful out there, friends. That's all. I love you. Amen. All right. Well, and kill all mosquitoes. Amen. All right. That reminds me of a song I wrote. I forget what it was called, but it's not worth mentioning. Filling in the gaps. You can still see it here. Well, that's good. Here we go. Wait. There we go. I'm very tired. What time is it? It's 8. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh. I might try one more thing. That's my cue, everybody. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the positivity. Makes me feel warm inside. I want to start doing more sketches and stuff. Now that I'm back in the garage, I want to like take advantage of the space again. Man. And then when I was moving, I actually was going through all my old stuff and finding all these old props that I had made and stuff, and it was just kind of because for a second there, I just like garage was like my little movie studio, and I was busting things out like left and right, even though they weren't always good. I tried different things, but then I just kind of would move on to things if they didn't do well or if they didn't get enough views or. Cause I tried being like a news reporter and doing like that was a fun one. Anyways, I'm babbling now. I'm just giddy. I'm happy to be back home. And I'm gonna go inside and relax and stuff. And I really appreciate the company. I really do. You guys made my night. And yeah, I hope you take care of yourselves and be kind to yourselves. Because that kind of stuff, the world doesn't change unless we change ourselves first. So take care of you, and then you can take care of others. So I hope you're taking good care of yourself. I'll see you in my dreams. How about that? Thanks, Sebastian. I appreciate you. Y'all be nice to each other. Bye bye.